you were all just going to join Discord and then find a link that got you to StreamYard and then talk shit, you would probably find yourself here at another episode of Tactical Pineapple Live. And as Miss Pineapple says, isn't that what you already do? It's perfect. It's great. We're all having a good time. We are here. It is 9:04 p.m. We're only 4 minutes late to what I had scheduled, which is not bad considering my daughter finally went to sleep at 8:58 p.m. I had to make a drink, get down here, click the fucking start button, make sure our connection was good, and then actually be here. So that one's for Miss Pineapple, who's getting her ass handed to her tonight. I'm sorry for that. They got 2 new ones and no fucking help. So I'll make sure something's ready for you, Mama. I can't guarantee that I'll be awake when you get here, but I will make sure there's something for you to drink ready. So that being said, welcome back to another episode of Tactical Pineapple Live, where once again, it is obviously our bi-weekly. Mom's at work, getting her ass handed to her, and it's very likely we're going to get interrupted. But that's okay because it's life. It is what it is. But that's why I named the stream what I did. Not really sure why we try anymore. Yeah, I just had to listen. I could have swore I heard somebody crying. Is it a thing? Maybe not. Could be. Whatever. Find out soon. We're 4 minutes and 54 seconds into a stream, and 3 some minutes of it was a starting soon video, so it would make sense that it would happen right fucking now. That being said, yeah. So JSD, that's rad. Yeah, so JSD. I didn't hear the news this week. I'm sure there's news. Maybe Crazy Eyes has news that he wants to share for it. I haven't been able to spend much time focused on anything news related this week, other than the obvious news related incidents that have occurred, which unfortunately for people in the gun community, no good tragedy goes to waste. So our federal government is going to do what they're going to do, and they are going to attempt a gun grab. Absolutely insane. Nobody was taking gas away from the rioters last summer. Nobody was doing pretty much anything last summer when everybody was doing stuff and shooting people, and except for Kyle Rittenhouse, nobody really complained about anything. So because it was a white person who did it, right? It was bad. That being said, the shooting in Uvalde, Texas, my opinions on it, from what I've heard, the police failed miserably. They are not a part of the protect and serve community. They are definitely a part of the I'm going home tonight community. They from the reports, basically, they walked in. There was still shooting going on. They took cover, and basically, what they would call in the military, milling about smartly. They looked like they were doing stuff, but they weren't really doing anything. In fact, the only thing they really were doing was putting people in handcuffs who were attempting to go get their own kids, because that happened, right? There's been reports out there. A father attempted to get into the building to go get his own kids out, protect the kids, do whatever he could. Instead of actually being able to do that, the police tased his ass. So instead of being able to protect his own kids, he got tased for that. Seeing as though the cops wouldn't do it, I kind of figured that would be something would be okay. There was also a mother who went into the school and got her 2 kids, and upon leaving the school, she was thrown into handcuffs and arrested because she went into a lockdown school. Lockdowns only work prior to the shooting beginning. So this was just a travesty. I don't know. The timeline will be confirmed eventually, but as of right now, from what I hear, is he spent 20 minutes shooting about outside of the school before he finally entered the school, where he took his sweet fucking time spent over an hour in the school before it was ended. Um, Unfortunately, 19 children, 2 teachers lost their lives. Others were injured, including the kid's grandmother that was doing the shooting. Some, other individuals, cops. I believe there's 2 cops injured. What do you say? Arm the fucking teachers at this point. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell anybody. Like, these attacks don't happen in non-gun free zones, right? This fucking psychopath didn't choose a middle school for no reason. Like, the biggest person he was going to have to deal with was going to be a teacher. And he had a gun. Like, he knew he wasn't going to be attacked. He knew there was nobody who was going to come do anything. The police, even when they came in, basically confirmed it. So it's disgusting. Crazy Eyes says the police will kill you for a stock on a 12.5-inch AR, but won't run into a school to save kids. Yeah, no, it's disturbing. It's disgusting. And here we are in 2022. We've said it before. You can't rely on the school systems that are corrupted to teach your kids. I really do believe a lot of these issues are coming from electronics raising kids. They're coming from lack of morals being taught. They're coming from a lack of understanding or value of life. And it's got to stop. This isn't a law-abiding gun owner that's doing this. This psychopath illegally obtained a firearm, shot family, and then moved in to take out soft targets. It's disgusting, it's disturbing, and it needs to stop, right? I mean, all of us agree on that. Between political parties, there's differences of opinions on how it happens. The reality is I'm not saying arm every teacher. I'm saying let the teachers who have the training, let the instructors who have the training carry. If they have a concealed carry permit, allow them to do so. If I'm out and about and I see a school bus full of kids get off, at some XYZ station or something like that, I know that those kids are safer because I'm there. Yeah, that's a good one. By the way, good luck calling Border Patrol evil after this, since they did the job the cops utterly failed to do. 100% true. It was a group of Border Patrol agents that went into the school and ended what could have been extremely horrible. I don't know how many rounds were fired. Was it obtained illegally? From what I was told or what I've heard, yes, it was obtained illegally. That being said, I can't verify that for sure. There's still too much that's unknown about it. The fact of the matter is the kid was 18 years of age. It could have been purchased. He's had mental issues in the past, from what I understand, but at the same time, I don't know. What I do know is this kid was in the school for over an hour. He was shooting at people who were just presenting themselves as targets, to the point where when the police or the Border Patrol came in there, which, by the way, poor planning on this part too, hollered out, "If you need help, yell for us, and we'll come get you." Obviously, they need to know where the people are that need the help, but at the same time, you don't tell people to show themselves in a run, hide, fight scenario, especially 10-year-old kids who are being instructed by teachers to hide, right? Those 10-year-old kids rely on the adults in that situation to direct them. And some of the adults in the situation are less competent than the 10-year-old kids and don't really tell them anything, right? You don't barricade the room. You don't do this. You don't do that. The teachers themselves, in some cases, may help create the softer targets. Unfortunately, it's 2022. I say look up Tuffy packs. Look at bulletfreezone.com. get soft, at least 3A armor pads that can go into backpacks. It's a thin pad. It doesn't cost a lot of money. It's like $120. Um, but at least it's a piece of armor plate that doesn't have to be like armor plate. It's just a cushion in the bag, right? Number one, it'll help them sleep better when they're trying to catch a nap in between classes. And number two, you then instruct them, like, if this ever happens, put your book bag in front of you, tuck yourself up in a corner if you have to, but really teach them what run, hide, fight means. There's a situation where you run and get away. There's a situation where you hide and avoid contact. And then there's a situation where all else has failed and you need to grab a fucking rod of steel, a plate, something, and fight, because it's better to go out swinging than it is to be on your knees begging for something. So, yeah, Dr. Catmonk says a 3A pad and some basic trauma care. You know, kids train really well. They really do. They honestly train better than most adults do because they're willing to listen. And if they're put in a situation where they have to utilize some of that stuff, it's probably not the worst. That also being said, they have it on them, and if somebody's there that needs the help, if my child pulls a tourniquet out of their backpack and somebody who was in there trying to help save the kids, like a police officer, or just a general good Samaritan, is in there who's also shot and possibly taken out of the fight, that tourniquet could help them get back into the fight and further save the children. So just having the stuff helps, like it is what it is. Yeah, Chamber Defense says, what's up, everyone? Gun-free zones are target-rich environments for criminals, period. They are, 100%. Criminals are going to be criminals. They're going to do criminal things, and there's never going to be a stop to that. Legally armed citizens tend to follow rules. There are a lot of them that maybe we don't. There's a lot of individuals I know personally who seriously just like they see a gun-free zone sign and they're kind of like, if it's concealed well enough, they'll never know. And it is, kind of a shit situation. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Operator Tony says, did I see what happened tonight here? No, I did not see what happened tonight by you. Heard a pop, came back instead and grabbed Carrie, mechanic. Couple pops. Nice. Yep, that'll happen every once in a while. But one of the things that really drives me nuts about the whole school shooting thing is, we as a society allow these people to do it. And a lot of times it's because they're trying to get their 5 minutes of fame. They're going to get their name out there. They're going to be remembered. We've idolized people in this society like Ed Gein and Charles Manson and stuff like that, over and over again. These psychopathic killers, these serial killers, they've got pen pals. They've got women coming to marry them while they're in prison. It's a fucked up society. But then it goes further, and now you've got the school shooters and this phenomenon. So, yeah, it happened from time to time prior to Columbine, right? But when Columbine happened and you've got those students walking through there's literally stores dedicated online to selling merchandise related to those individuals. You can buy Natural Selection shirts online. And if you understand the reference, you know what I'm talking about. But it's ridiculous to think that these people are idolized. And for normal people, you wouldn't really think that, but they are. We put their name out there, we make them famous, and then they develop fans. And then there's copycats. And kids are fucking stupid, man. Like, especially in today's society, a good majority of these kids don't have parents that are well enough engaged to actually sit them down and say, hey, look, this happened. Don't fucking do something stupid like this, XYZ. Today, here, literally 10 minutes away from the city that I grew up in, the town I grew up in, just 35 minutes south, we had tactical situation in a hallway or in a stairwell because some kid thought it would be a good idea to yell, "I got a gun, I got a gun." And guess what? Didn't go so well. Luckily, nobody was injured, nobody was shot. The police actually did a great job. They got in there. Within 25 minutes of the initial report, they had already reported the situation had been neutralized. There was no gun found. As the investigation was ongoing, they continued to keep things on lockdown, kept things there, and just dumb, right? Just something completely stupid. Like they think it's a joke. It's a felony joke. Like there's nothing funny about saying that. Literally anytime, much less this close to the Uvalde shooting or any school shooting for that matter. Uh, Dr. Camel says, two kids just got busted for a prank calling in a threat. Like they think it's funny. They think they're going to get out of school for a day and it's just, everything's going to move on and the world's going to keep turning. But it's no joke. And the police and the detectives don't take it as a joke either. Unfortunately, unless you're somebody like Jussie Smollett, you don't ever have repercussions for wasting police resources. Especially if you're a young kid, you're going to be arrested. You are going to get charged. And in most cases, you will be charged as a felon. Over the age of 12, you may be charged as a fucking adult, which put your big boy pants on. You're not graduating high school until you finish your prison sentence. Like, no joke. I literally went through that with Columbine. Shortly after that, it was like 2 days after that, somebody I actually knew in my school class called in a threat because they're like, this will be funny. We'll get out of school for a day. It'll be awesome. They spent 6 years in prison. They basically could have probably got out in a year, but one thing led to another. Before he knew it, his card was calling him up, and he caught extra cases in prison. Like this shit happens. It's crazy. I saw something about a dude walking around a school in Toronto with a gun, but it's only in America, right? Yeah. So the problem only exists here. We are the problem. Yeah. So, perfect. Yeah, Chamber Defense says I put my gun on in the morning and only take it off when I put my pajamas on. And in my house, I am never more than 3 feet from a gun. I may be less diligent than that around the house, especially, but I know I can get to most of it if I need to. I have enough room to see things in advance, but excuse me one second. Yeah, so this one says I was just talking to Sarge prepping with Sarge just an hour ago, and these incidents don't just come out of nowhere. This kid had to have been stewing for a while. Yeah, and they really do. He had posted on social media that he was going to do something like this. He's had mental issues for a long fucking time. Like, it doesn't just happen. And that's the other thing is parents today are completely oblivious to pretty much everything. And even if they do see it, most parents refuse to admit that their children may have issues. I'm sorry to say, I'm raising a fucking psychopath. Today, my wife literally texted me a picture of my pocket knife and she goes, "Where the fuck was this?" I'm pretty sure it was on my dresser. My 2-year-old son claims it was in the living room. But here she's hearing a knocking on the door. My daughter slammed the door in my son's face, and he's slamming a fucking knife into the door at 2 years old. What the fuck? So we have to have a chat. We have to have a conversation. you know, it's fucked up. Now, number one, yes, it's my issue. He should have never been able to get the knife, and I have to figure that out myself. I have to figure out how he got that, when he got it, or whatever. But at the same time, my children should know better. Like my daughter, like she opens the silverware up at the dinner table at a restaurant, and she hands us the butter knives. Like, because she knows she's not supposed to have knives. Like, she'll open it up. If there's a knife, she hands it to us. My son was pretty much doing the same thing. Yes. And she says, hide your shit. Yes. Hide your shit. Bukaki says, gotta be careful when stabbing a door. Might slip and cut your hand. Don't do that with a folding knife. As a folding knife. Paratrooper 2. So, yeah. But I don't know. Paramilitary 2, not paratrooper. Anyways, I'm pretty much done with the Downing stuff, but society has to change. It's all about priorities. It's about values, and I think it's pretty obvious, considering, the biggest thing that anybody's talking about today, even yet today, is the fact that the fucking Depp Heard trial is now in jury deliberation. Who gives a flying fuck about the Depp Heard trial? Apparently way too many fucking people, because if you go on YouTube, it's like all the fuck over. Like, I give a shit that Law and Crime, just absolutely insane. Yeah, that could have been a terrible fucking situation. And worst is, he was holding the blade in his hand. Like, he's banging on the door with the handle, holding onto the blade, which is even worse. Luckily, the knife is duller than shit right now, but still a fucking major problem. So, I don't even know. It's pretty crazy about your son. At least you recognize there's an issue, though. Yeah, and I don't think it's necessarily like he's necessarily a psycho, but the fact that he would go after him, after my daughter, is crazy, right? So, yes, dull knives cuts worse. No, dull knives hurt worse than sharp knives. Sharp knives cut worse than dull knives. Promise you that. Yes, Operator Tony. Hi, Mario. How's it going? Welcome to the show. Ambulance shows up at 7:45 daily for the ODs. All right, so, oh yeah, here we go. He works across the street from a homeless shelter, and the company has a no-gun policy. If you have a CCW, it can be in your car. Currently carry pepper spray. Best option moving forward, in your opinion. Consider freedom. I don't know. I'm never going to tell somebody to break the law. Never going to tell somebody to do something that get them fired. It's a personal preference type thing. I definitely wouldn't leave a CCW in your car across the street from a homeless shelter. You've probably got less likelihood of being attacked by somebody who's homeless at a homeless shelter than you do of them stealing your gun out of your car. Like, that's a higher probability of anything. Bukaki says work someplace else. Crazy Guy says, I'm going to put my conspiracy hat on for a second. Did this mass shooting happen right smack in the middle of Biden trying to give up our sovereignty to the World Health Organization? Yeah, 100%. They pretty much already did it anyways, though. So they're coming for it. They're going to try to throw gun grabbing out there. They're going to do whatever. And the reality is, let's face it, Biden can't give away our sovereignty to the World Health Organization. He can try, but he will not succeed. You know what? This actually came in just now, so I'm going to pop this open. While I do that, we have to welcome Mario the proper way, because that's just what we do around here.
Penetration! You didn't like that? Oh, what about this? Penetration!
So, there has been a few things that we've liked to talk about. But one of the things, and I didn't have an opportunity to join in on it this time because work just got absolutely crazy. I might have missed something, but Mario's saying something about somebody can grab his nuts. Yes. Thank you. Penetration is so good, says Mario. We're going to share our screen over here. Go over here. And then on the Instagram, I was just shared this. I'm assuming I know exactly what it is. So Everytown episode 3. That's probably not showing anything. What in the world? Here we go. I'll try that. So this was... I would like to restart it. We'll cancel this for a second. Drop that down for a second. We'll let this go. It is a original from Trollworks. And there's plenty of reasons to watch it in its entirety, but holy shit. Mario says, I saw your short about Garantham, laughed my ass off. That's hilarious. That short about Garantham is like from months ago. That's awesome. I'm glad you just saw that. But yeah, that is, if you are unfamiliar, you can go to the YouTube channel, look up shorts on my channel. Not shorts as in like basketball shorts or anything, but there's, shorts.
Just give me just one more hit. This hydro weed, I got some. On my
Some P80s going on here.
But if you can't pay his ass, I guess your ass don't want.
It's not the one I thought, but definitely we talked about him last week. Go watch Trollworks on Instagram. He's got some good stuff coming up. Definitely pushing the envelope when it comes to ghost guns. All right. Yeah, can you pay a good crackhead $10 or $20 a day to make sure none of the other ones fuck with your stuff? You got to trust the good crackhead, though. Are there good crackheads? I don't believe there are any trustworthy ones. So, yeah. Yay, P80s. Crazy Eyes is happy because he finally built a Glock that works. If Germany finds out, they're probably going to hire him. So, good for him. Or Austria, I guess. Wouldn't be Germany. It would be Austria. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't really have a whole lot because I would never expect to actually go this long anymore on these weeks. So we'll actually go and we'll go to YouTube. We'll talk about some music, some new music that came out recently. Not really sure why I try anymore. Hey, look, it says I'm live to myself even on my own channel thing. That's pretty awesome. What do we all got here? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm just sitting here just, shooting the shit now. We've got music that we can listen to. I know we do. Where did it go? There we go. One of the guys that we've played on this channel before came up with a new song this week. More along the line of rock music. $500, says Mario. $500. P80 sells whole pistols now. Saw one at the pawn shop. Yeah, they do sell whole pistol kits. That's kind of been the issue. Yeah, I'm sure you never expect to go that long. Yeah, the only time I ever go long is when I say when the word quickie gets involved, because then there's just too much pressure and I just can't. You can see the corn tub on my second screen. Oh shit. Okay, well, I'll share the second screen anyways, since you can see the Pornhub. Are you ready? We'll share it. Here you go. We'll see what's on here. Is it a squirter or is it JD Huggins? So yeah, definitely check out JD Huggins. If you are not familiar, he's a new artist. Newer, I guess. He's only got on YouTube 4.77k subscribers. He's done a couple songs, some couple pretty decent songs, if you ask me. I do enjoy his stuff. Great music. Even better guy from what I can tell. So I gotta go here. I gotta click this share, copy this. I will drop this in the chat. And then we're also gonna go ahead and we're gonna go move this and we're gonna go here and we're gonna open it up. Anybody who wants to hang out, anybody who wants to join in, you are welcome to do so. I'm going to go ahead and pin that comment up because I can do that. It just takes a second. There we go. That is the link to join the stream. And then we'll go back here and we'll continue playing. Who else names their guns? I believe Dylan Roof named his gun. I believe all the guns in Columbine were named. It's not funny. I shouldn't say things like that. Guns can have names. Cars can have names. Anything you value can have name. Crazy Eyes says, I don't because I'm not a woman. I don't believe that. I believe you name your guns, Crazy Eyes. I believe you are a person who names your guns. Jane Cobb did. There you go. There's another one. Yeah, I don't know. Naming guns is fine, I guess. I don't name my guns, I guess. I have the Tundra gun, which is affectionately named the Tundra gun. That's pretty much it. I really don't have names for my guns. Thought he was going to say Crazy was a woman. No, I would never say Crazy was a woman. I've never met him, her, it. I don't name my guns, and I do take baths. So you don't, or you do? I know you say don't. He's only a woman from the waist down, from the waist up. That means you're what? Hard to look at? Just saying. If you have a vagina, you are a woman. Waist down is what determines your genetics. I know. All right. Dave the Satellite says, I can't talk about my Sheila, but I made her a muffin. Got him. Yeah, got him. I don't know, man. I don't know. So it's not a whole lot to talk about. Goddamn Bacon says, I name my cars formally and informally. Don't know what that says. It's okay. I mean, I don't mind naming cars. Like, there's a lot of money that goes into cars. You got to treat them right. Is what it is. Crazy Eyes has a mangina, just saying. And Bukaki says, That's not a female, just a double-barreled asshole. Wow. That one will get you every fucking time. Double-barreled asshole. Beautiful. I used the first letter of the maker to come up with the names. Fair. There's nothing. I'll go ahead and say it. There's nothing wrong with it. It shows that you appreciate them and you care for them. And maybe, I mean, you could treat them like dogs. I don't know. Is what it is, I guess. Other than Sheila. We all know Sheila. Sheila's Tundra 1. That's how I'll call it. It says, I hate this place. Y'all cunts. You love this place. And you love the fact that we're all cunts. Just saying. All right. Allie the assault rifle. Now, what the fuck is that? You do not name it an assault rifle. You're basically turning it into something it's not. That's like calling yourself an attack helicopter. So, what is its pronouns, Allie? Come on, what are Allie's pronouns? Has and been? I don't know. It's all good. Hey, yeah, I talked about it a little bit last week. Everybody here knows about it. Anybody who's catching this on the replay, streaming down below, you will see the Pineapple Express holster, only available at tacticalpineapple.com/express. Check it out. Still shipping out within a week. I'm trying to challenge this guy to the point where it's like tough for him to get it done. So we're also going to be releasing in the next couple weeks tourniquet holsters. Talked about them a little bit last week. We'll put those up on the website as available. And a couple people have asked about doing concealed carry holsters. I will probably set up an order form. They're going to be just directly to him because his website isn't fully up yet. So get to the chopper. All right. Does he have the TQ holsters yet? He does have the TQ holsters. I just don't have them up online yet. Kind of working out some details with him on that. I want to make sure that they're fully prepped. That's the thing. I want to make sure that there are a couple features that we can add in that make it so not only are they fully prepped, I've seen holsters where you literally grab the tourniquet out, and as you grab it out, it will open it up so there's no secondary motion, and it's all in how it's formed. So I want to kind of add that in if we can, because I think that would just be even more beneficial. So not only will they be prepped holsters, which they are, but they will also be hopefully have a live action added to them to where it basically grips onto a portion of it a little longer and allows it to be ripped open. So excuse my bleeding while I whip this out. Yeah, exactly. Excuse my bleeding while I whip this out. But it's a hell of a lot easier than pulling it out of a Velcro pouch and then flipping it open and then sliding it on. So that's the goal, at least. So high point with an Olight. No, there will not be high points with Olights. You'll notice in all of my holsters, there are no Olights. This is for a reason. I would not trust my life to an Olight. Therefore, we will not make holsters that allow other people to trust their lives to Olight. Maybe in the future, things will change. I'm not fully sold on them yet. They are a decent, cheap alternative to something you want to have around, but realistically, we've talked about my opinion on lights. I just don't see much benefit to them. So Operator Tony says, I love my Olight. And that's fine. I understand that. But anybody that I know who's used them in situations won't trust them. There's a lot of people that haven't had good luck with them in actual tactical situations, banging things around or beating them up. So, niet comrade, Olight is fine. I don't know, man. Can we ban Tony? No, we can't ban Tony. I can ban Tony, but I'm not going to because this is a free speech zone. You're welcome to share your opinion, even if they're fucking wrong, right? So And that's perfectly fine. So, um, Mario, Mario says, "Niet comrade, Olight is fine. I can't talk shit about Mario because Mario penetrates."
Penetration! You didn't like that? Oh, what about this? Penetration!
Yeah. Bukaki says 9 rounds of 40 and a random delay incendiary device. That sounds about right. um, and I'm not going to talk shit about them completely because for what they are, they're not horrible. Crazy Eyes even throws out there, OLED is great if you're looking for an IED that doesn't need registration. Yet. So yet, we'll only say that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to really talk shit about them too much because they aren't bad for what they are. If it's a nightstand gun and you're going to use it in a clean home environment and possibly need to use it at a certain time, great. But my personal opinion on weapon lights is if you are not on duty, if you're not a duty guy or if you're not a soft guy performing actions where you would need that light in an unrecognizable terrain, lights are a bad thing because it just gives other people the advantage, right? Light signatures being what they are, people, can find out where you're located by following the beam of light. It concentrates closer to where you are. Yes, I said duty, but I said duty as in D-U-T-Y, not D-O-O-T-Y. So to be fair, I like how you put that, though. Most of them work fine most of the time. Perfect. Olight on an IO sounds like a terrible way to spend $300. It's 2022. That's a terrible way to spend like $3,000, and it's still, yes, I know IO, but is what it is. Back to the lights. I know we've talked about it before. I'm not a big fan. In most situations where I'm going to need my firearm, I'm going to be within 10 yards. If I can see that I'm going to need my firearm, I probably don't need a light to perform. And if it's a nightstand situation, a person broke into my house, I'm not turning the light on it anyways because I know the layout of my house. They don't. The lack of light in my house is going to make it difficult for them to get around, especially because I got fucking kids with toys laying all over the fucking house, which basically act as landmines to help them in. Break-ins in the house. How's it going?
So I take it you're not on that goon beam, squad that Dark and Petey Ralph and everyone else is on right now. You're not on that train.
No. I'm not a light fan. I just okay. don't think lights are necessary in 90% of situations.
Yeah, I tend to agree, honestly. I mean, like I said, light, especially in a dark situation, you kind of give away, your position. I mean, there's some situations I can see it being useful. Not if 100 people shoot at me, though. I'd rather make myself a more scarce target.
Right. I mean, the reality is in most situations, the general shooter is going to find themselves in. It's not a big deal. We're going to see. We're not clearing rooms on the regular, right? It's literally going to be somebody jumping in and getting in your face, and they're already there. So, did you play a state trooper in a cult classic movie a few years ago? Can you chug maple syrup?
The answer to the first question is no. I played a sheriff, and chugging maple syrup is a bad idea because it doesn't have booze in it.
It also leads to diabetes. So there's that. Do it. Crazy Eyes says, I'm so fucking lost. When is that any different? You are from Florida. You are specifically from the Tampa area in Florida. That basically means you were born fucking lost.
And your name is Crazy Eyes, so you should be self-aware of that.
Fair enough. Mario says I wear my sunglasses at night.
Oh, these are photochromic glasses.
Yeah, I think he's
Mine is
actually
actually
referring
light
to.
sensitive, so
Yeah, I think he's
plus this is the
actually
way I like to
referring to,
appear at
like,
home.
he wears them. He wears his sunglasses at night, is what he's saying. So he needs a light.
Maybe.
A 20-pound Chihuahua and a 75-pound Shepherd mix will hopefully give me enough notice to locate a potential nocturnal threat. I honestly, with you, Dr. Catmilk, I did not know where that was headed.
I'm still trying to picture 20-pound Chihuahua and just how that mating took place, and I'm already regretting it.
Yeah. I just a 20-pound Chihuahua. That's interesting. That's like the fucking fat kid on Maury in like the 90s, right? I'm 200 pounds and I'm 4.
Jeez.
Uh,
I'd laugh if that actually like doesn't freaking happen these days.
Oh, it happens. It happens.
I believe it. Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
What's crazy is I thought bacon was DLD. No.
I've been on this show a couple times, like, no, I'm not DLD. No, like, no, his DLD name is Dark. I'm just literally Dark. By the way, yeah, here we go. It's not even time for my show yet. It's already gotten dark in here.
Right? There you go.
Even though it's light outside.
Speaking of your show, how the fuck do you stream for so goddamn long?
Lots of beer.
I guess. I don't know. If you guys aren't familiar, I know a couple of you jump into his stuff now. Bacon goes crazy, man. Goes ham. And then when he's not streaming for 9 hours a fucking night, he's posting everybody else who's live streaming. So congratulations to you. I want to applaud you. You are probably the biggest advocate to just the most random fucking community I've ever seen. You literally just go to YouTube and like filter live streams.
Pretty much. I mean that's my entertainment. It's what keeps me off the news when I'm working in Seattle. That's not even hyperbole. Sometimes, like, okay, the reason you're not going to the hospital is because I'm watching the stream. But I like to connect. Like a lot of good people, because there's several good communities out there. There's obviously your community, which you're part of. You, Crump, Dark, CRS, all those good peoples. I mean, there's other communities where you can just kind of hanging out, and they coincide with like the whiskey community, and there's some like the Red Pill people who actually, they're not just doing that just for a label. They actually happen to be decent people,
right?
And then there's me.
And then there's you. You're not a bad person, man. You got a hell of a show. You go crazy. So I can't.
I mean, well, it's usually a lot of fun,
of your show. I can barely ever watch like 10% of your show, but like 9 hours is fucking insane.
Well, I mean, this actually happened. This actually happened tonight. I was pissed off. I woke up at like 8 in the morning. I almost never wake up when there's 3 digits on the clock. Like I usually wake up like afternoon or something. I mean, and plus I work late. It's pretty much my schedule, anyways.
Right.
I
suppose that's fair.
I mean, plus as I found out, there's quite a few people who, they're either up, late, even on the East Coast, for Christ's sakes, or there's people over in, Australia or England or other places.
Right.
Or Hawaii, as a matter of fact, or West Coast here. Like, okay, you're awake, you want something to do, or you want to hang out, like you don't want to go out on Friday nights, which I refuse to go out on Friday nights because for whatever reason, Friday is when all the fights happen at the bars. This is just where I go. This is where I go to hang out.
That's awesome. So,
hey, some people work at home. I party at home.
Hey,
it's quite a commute.
It's cheaper beer and better atmosphere usually.
Yeah.
So, everybody's like concerned why we're not quoting great movie quotes.
Uh-oh.
They keep going. They're going back to, hey Farva, got all that going on.
That was a pretty good movie. I'll admit it.
I will admit the first one was good.
There's a second one?
There is a second one.
Oh,
there is
okay.
a second
I had
one.
no idea.
They crowdsourced it. They crowdfunded it. They made the second one, and
Uh-oh.
yeah, it's not
Yeah.
horrible. It's not horrible, and it was kind of like one of those things. Like I literally looked at my wife, and I'm like, okay, so you have to tell me, is it the fact that I watched this sober, or is it the fact
Oh,
that
there's your
this
first
just
mistake right
wasn't
there,
funny?
man.
Like the first one, I can watch the first one sober and still actually enjoy it. But the second one, like, I can see the only way I'm gonna enjoy this is if I'm fucking stoned out of my gourd. And yeah. That's
Yeah,
where I
no,
am with the second one.
I didn't even know that was out. I mean, but let's just say, I don't know. There's very few movies, like where the sequel is actually better than the original. Like usually it's much worse.
Right.
I mean, especially when it comes to like cartoons and stuff. Like you're like, I don't know about Shrek, but like Mulan and Aladdin, some of the other ones. Like I kind of like the first ones. And the second one's come around like, oh, we're gonna talk about making families. Oh, great, because that's what I want to watch.
Yeah, I didn't even know there were some like. There's some of these there's like 6 of them. I'm like, now I got kids, and I'm like, what's on here? Okay, let's see what movie you guys can watch. And I'm like, I know, like, hate me, but the old Disney movies have got some fucking class to them. They fucking now you can't even watch half of them unless you're on like an adult one because, oh my goodness, there's racial fucking whatever connotations to this video and blah blah blah. It's like, shut up, because Pocahontas displayed Native Americans in a bad light.
Oh wait, there are other races and they do different things. Oh, imagine my shock.
Right, my favorite.
Like,
is
really?
Like, yeah, yeah. Dr. Kamek says land for time 23.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. But yeah, I just there's a bunch of them out there. It's like I didn't even know Tinkerbell was like this thing. There's like 30 fucking movies, and my daughter's obsessed with them all. I'm like, what the? When did this happen?
Oh no.
Operator Tony says Die Hard 2. I wouldn't say was better, but I would say it was good.
Oh, it's a Die Hard movie. It's kind of hard to make a bad one.
Well, there were some bad ones. I would say that.
Were there?
I mean, they're up to like 5 now, right?
I think so.
They're definitely not.
Oh, there was one where it was like from Russia with Love or something like that. They go to Russia or something.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one. I saw the one before. It's like, yeah, it had some weird moments, but I think it was still pretty cool. Like, yeah, okay. Hey, how do you take out a helicopter? You launch a car at it.
Yeah. Bukaki says to watch the second one, you have to be at least as intoxicated as you were when they made it. And Bukaki says, and I don't smoke, so I can't manage.
Crazy Eyes apparently has never seen Die Hard, and I'm surprised that hasn't started a fist fight in the chat.
Well, Crazy Eyes, you did not come to the Discord movie night? Why? This is Crazy Eyes is very sheltered. He had also never seen the movie Snatch. I made him watch Snatch.
I might. So I don't think I've seen Snatch.
No. It Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Oh, I have that movie. So, I've only watched like half of it, but I do have that movie.
Before Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, there was a movie called Snatch, which had Brad Pitt in it, and Benicio del Toro, like the whole crew, fucking Bullet Tooth Tony, the whole shit came kind of from that. So,
okay.
Yeah. Do you like Dags? You like Dags?
Dags?
Dags. You like Dags? If you watch Snatch, you'll understand it. I pushed that on Crazy Eyes for a long time. It's a part of that movie.
Okay.
But yes, Operator Tony did play Die Hard in Discord for everybody literally like 2 months ago. Has Crazy Eyes seen Orange is the New Black? I see where
another one I haven't seen. I'm not too big of a meat of a media person, at least these days.
He says they've seen a few episodes. So the filtration system says that Crazy Eyes is basically a liberal living in Tampa, which would basically mean you're a tampon.
Damn, that sounds like fighting words. But he said he was a woman from the waist down. So
exactly, double-barreled asshole.
Yeah, you kind of set yourself up for that.
Yeah. So we did it because it was a Christmas movie. That's right. We were going to stream a Christmas movie.
Oh boy, you're going to start that fight.
It's a Christmas movie. It happens around Christmas. It is a Christmas movie.
I'll make it known I don't have a dog in this fight one way or the other. I'm fine with it being a Christmas movie or a movie that's, set around a specific date in late December.
Right. I personally go that it's a Christmas movie. Just because who doesn't like seeing fucking Russians shot with MP5s and the outshining of the Beretta in a movie? It's the first time I ever saw a 32 round Beretta.
Hey man, some kids get their dreams. What can I say?
Right. So we'll actually go ahead and we'll kick off because I know that you got your show you're going to kick on here in a little bit. We've actually made it almost an hour of actual showtime on a Friday night when Ma's not here. So I need to prepare drinks for her, which means I'm going to spend the next hour and a half making some crazy shit that she's probably going to slam down in 3 seconds and come to bed.
I was going to ask what she likes to drink anyways, but now I'm really curious. What takes an hour I used to mix. What takes an hour and a half to actually make?
Nothing takes an hour and a half to actually make, but by the time I make myself another drink, do all that sort of stuff, it's about an hour.
Oh, okay. Okay, I get
honestly,
you gotta get yourself in
happy and we're in a meetup or anything like that. All you got to do is a Moscow Mule with olives.
Okay, Moscow Mule with olives. Now that's an interesting one.
Yeah, she likes olives and Moscow Mules, so it's how she orders them all the time. Moscow Mule with olives. And most bartenders will give her the Moscow Mule and then the olives because they're like, I don't really want to mix these things.
Oh, God. Look at Mark in this. He's coming.
If you want to talk about ripoffs or spin-offs even, and somebody's actually looking for some media to watch and something entertaining, I definitely recommend a movie called Snowpiercer. It's about a train. It's kind of fucking weird, post-apocalyptic type shit. But watch it under the pretense that it is the continuation of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And it will fucking blow your mind.
I was going to say Snowpiercer sounds like the aftermath of coming home with the bar from like one of the light chicks there, but okay, makes a little more sense. Yes. What's up, Rich? Nice to see you.
Hey, he jumps in, and then he jumps right on the fucking. They're both Christmas movies.
Well, it's got snow in it, I suppose.
Fair enough.
Dr. Catmull says, he has to distill it. She only drinks first shunk.
Fair enough. He has to distill.
Hey, she's got taste, is what he's saying.
It's got to be potato shine though, because she's not into whiskey, so she's not a corn liquor. She's corn fed, but not corn liquor girl. So
all right, that's all right. That means more bourbon for me.
Exactly. I'm perfectly okay with that. I never have to worry about my whiskey going anywhere. Yes, the Snowpiercer conspiracy. Yes.
What do you? Well, you like drinking whiskey? Any specific kind or a specific kind?
I'm all over the board. I'm fine with everything and anything. I guess my go-to is Old Number 7, or Wild Turkey. I like Wild Turkey. Tonight I have Makers. Yeah, I just Bullet Bourbon, Buffalo Trace. I'll do literally anything.
Yeah, those are all good ones, man. I've had them all. They're all pretty good. I mean, what was it? Wild Turkey. That's one of the ones that's definitely underrated, especially 101.
Exactly. Wild Turkey 101 and root beer will fucking blow your mind.
Ooh, I gotta try that. I mean, it's been a while since I've had a cocktail that had like soda or juice in it or anything. But you know what? I would try that. I don't think I've had that before.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. There's something about the root that actually sets it off. It's also good with ginger beer, but
That's a good call. This is my new
out of Evan Williams, bottled in bond.
Oh yeah, 100 proof. My go-to used to be just a regular Evan Williams Black, which is 86 proof.
Right.
A number that resonates with me because I managed to get 86 from quite a few bars for reasons. Yeah, I mean this one. So I live in Washington State. I don't know what the liquor laws are where you are in Wisconsin, but here, for the longest time, like I think it was state controlled. Now you can go to like I went to a local Total Wine and More and got this and a few other choice things. The reason I'm able to get at the Total Wine and More is that in exchange for enacting basically the worst liquor taxes in the country by far. Like now we can actually just buy it straight. I don't have to buy at a state store, and just because of that, I like to go bang for your buck. So I tend to get things that I can get by a handle.
Right.
This actually happens to be pretty solid. What was it? It's $29 before the 2 or 3 cents of taxes. Whereas Evan Williams is it's like 20. It's like 24. So it's an extra $5. It's definitely bang for your buck.
Right. Yeah, it's not bad.
Nope.
Liquor laws in Wisconsin are basically as long as you're old enough to drink, you can get it.
Okay.
We're a bunch of professional alcoholics up here. I'm pretty sure there's a regulation that states we need to have at least 2 bars and 1 liquor store for every 1 church in town.
Ooh.
So we go hard. There is not a small town with a church that doesn't have at least 1 or 2 bars. And you can buy liquor or beer at the bar right up until midnight.
Oh, okay. You mean buy it as in like take home or just at the bar?
Yeah, you can buy it and take it home. The bar's open till 2. If they stay open until 2, they can't open back up until 9 because they have to stay closed for 7 consecutive hours.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, there's ways around it. We've literally got bars that will close at like 9 o'clock at night so they can open up 5 in the morning.
Oh, damn.
So you can literally just walk from one bar to the next and just start your next day. So,
man, that's a mall, dude. That's some crazy degeneration. Like,
yeah, on New Year's Day or on New Year's Eve, the bars don't have to close. That's another rule. So they can stay open until 9 o'clock in the morning if they want. The next day, they don't have to close on New Year's.
I'm not. You know what? There are several states that I'm that I'm looking at, to go recon because, unless I find a decent place around here, I don't plan on staying in Washington for the rest of my life. A few states I have in mind. I'm adding Wisconsin to the list based on that alone.
I don't recommend it for winters alone. I think the reason we drink so much is because of winter. But yeah, we've literally we've gone on a tour, let's just say, my wife has gone with the Badgers to Hawaii for Pro Bowl.
Okay.
Or the Honolulu Bowl or something. I don't remember what it was. They went on this trip and it was 30 people on a bus that went to the airport, got on a plane, and went to on this guided tour or whatever. Ended up meeting up with maybe 200 people from Wisconsin total that went down to this game.
Whoa.
They drank the stadium out of liquor, beer, booze, ate all the fucking brats, ate all the food that was there. And then they didn't know what to do with them. They were ready to go for more.
They're like the locust of degenerates, man. They're degenerate locusts, dude. Holy shit. This is my kind of people, man.
We go to places we travel down to Tennessee. went to the bars. We're like preloading before we went because we found out the bars were expensive as shit in Nashville. And
Oh,
then
okay,
their bars
noted.
don't close till 3 a.m. So at 3:30 in the morning, it's just a bunch of fucking really drunk people wandering around the streets waiting for their Lyfts and Uber drivers to come pick them up.
I'm sure all the Lyft and Uber drivers, they're very excited around that time. Like,
Right.
okay,
Well,
I'm gonna make $200 tonight, but make sure you have like the plastic wrap seats or whatever.
Yep. We get into our Lyft driver's vehicle and we start talking with him, and he goes, "Were you guys seriously drinking? Like, you guys are fucking, number one, you're hilarious. Number two, you're acting like you're sober. I don't understand.
You're coherent.
It's like your words make sense. You're not slurring your speech. And you actually walked to my car without me fearing it like damage." It's like, yeah, we've been down at the bars here since like 4 o'clock this afternoon. We've been down here for 11 fucking hours. Spent
You can actually, you can pace yourself, you know? Yeah.
We can take our time.
Yeah, I know. I mean, but that's something I learned. Yeah, I have my phases, you know, where like you see just how much you can drink in as much time or whatever. But you know, even early on, I learned the drinking is it's not a competition or a race or anything. It's just something to enjoy. You know,
Yep.
I mean, I'll take the challenge every once in a while, but I was like, nah.
11 hours of reverse Jesus is alcohol back into water.
Yep. Hey, it's all a cycle, man.
It is.
You know,
turn it around, turn and burn. The best part is once your body starts actually processing the alcohol after it's gone through the liver, it turns it to sugar, so it wakes you back up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, it's a variation of sugar. It's not really good if you're trying to lose weight. That's part of why there's such a problem with it. It's actually acetate. Your body processes it like sugar, but it's like sugar with nitrous injected into it. So,
yeah.
All right.
I never really worried about the alcohol in particular. I mean, I did my own research back into this while, along with a couple of experiments. You know, with basically drinking, but not anything that has any calories other than alcohol. The thing about the alcohol itself is that like your body usually it either burns it or basically gets rid of it. You know, like you pee it out. You know, like what he was saying, or you sweat it out or something like that. You can't really store it.
Right. Yeah, it's not a vitamin.
If you're worried about anything from your liver or or just gaining weight, or anything metabolic, is like fructose is what you should be worried about. Now, regular table salt and what's called high fructose corn syrup, which is more 55%, high fructose and 45% glucose. If you eat, basically, like, put it this way, most of your body can use glucose for energy, or it could process it for energy or whatever. But fructose can only be processed by your liver in only a limited amount. So you start going over that, it starts storing it inside the liver. That's where you have things called
fatty liver
non-fatty.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just my opinion. Don't take this. I'm not a doctor.
There is no medical misinformation being spread here. We are not doctors. This is opinion.
Oh, if you take my advice, you're stealing. I heard that from a friend. But yeah, I mean that's where I think like the liver problems come. Because what do most people like? Most people don't just drink straight bourbon. We've been drinking bourbon for like the last 4,000 years or something like that, or some equivalent of it, and we never had a lot of the problems that we do now.
Yeah, it's not the bourbon that'll get you; it's the Coke that goes along.
Right, exactly.
Exactly. I'm not even talking about the white powder. If you use that in moderation too, it's been used for hundreds of thousands of years. It's the filler that goes with it. But luckily for Americans who enjoy Coke nowadays, there's a baby food shortage, so things got more pure.
Well, let's put it this way. I mean, there's a few other things about all these shortages and stuff, but let's just say I know what goes into that stuff. That's probably a good thing for the kids.
It's 100%
I'll
a good
just-
thing for the kids.
I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. If you ain't breastfeeding your kids or whatnot, there's the old condensed milk. You should be using that. There's a recipe from the olden days. Use that shit. At least you know what it is. But
Exactly.
anyways, Bacon, I'm gonna let you go. I know you get ready for your show. You do your thing.
I gotta start about 5 minutes.
Yeah. There is a link in the chat to Bacon's channel. If you aren't already subscribed, go subscribe. I think you're at like 1.6 thousand subscribers, something like that. Criminally undersubscribed for what you do. 1.19. Really? Really?
Oh, am I? Oh, cool.
1.19. I thought you were at higher than that. That's fucking shit. Go get
That's probably because of here's a channel you guys can follow because he goes live on Friday nights and this is he goes live well before you do. A channel called Prepping with Sarge. I think I mentioned him earlier. But he had me on his show earlier today, and he does a pretty good. He runs a pretty good channel. I'll suggest checking him out.
Prepping with Sarge.
Yeah.
2.33 thousand subscribers. He is now subscribed by me. We'll go here. We'll grab it and we'll put it in the
Yeah, he's good people.
So I take recommendations. I like to see what people got. So Bacon, on that note, I will let you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here.
May see me in your chat here shortly. Other than that, have a great week.
Yeah, thank you.
Have fun. And
Thanks for having me up. And I'll see you next time.
Yeah, definitely. And for everybody who's in the side chat, go fuck yourself. I still like you. All right, have a good one, folks.
Even